I just wanted to do a quick hello to everybody in the mortgage prisoner community. We're launching the LSE report into mortgage prisoners today, and I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you directly and to assure you that campaigning to unlock mortgage prisoners will remain one of the campaign priorities for me and Money Saving Expert going forward. Excuse me. That's the reason I funded the research that we're putting out today that I do hope will make a difference. Look, I have to be honest, this is not going to be easy. In the midst of the pandemic, to get any form of political traction to focus on anything other than pandemic solutions is really tough. But that doesn't mean we don't need to do it. And we've put it out there. What we put out today is practical policy solutions and research from a highly reputable academic institution. It's much more difficult for the government to ignore these type of solutions than the likes of me or the likes of you coming up and saying you need to do something about it. They say, what? It's very difficult. Well, now they've got answers. And that's the point behind it. Some of the research findings won't surprise you, but hopefully will open the eyes of the politicians. Mortgage prisoners are up to 40% more likely to default due to coronavirus than other people with mortgages. Shocking. There's higher rates of physical and mental health problems. The regulator, and this is crucial, has likely reached the end of what it can do in all practical purposes. The only agency who can solve this is the government. So pressure needs to come on the government. And hopefully by attaching my name, I managed to get a promise out of John Glenn in the first place that at least he and his policy people would read this report. The report has 8 potential solutions. I don't envisage going through them here. An example would be something similar to the Help to Buy scheme for mortgage prisoners, which artificially means that you have, when you're remortgaging, there's less of an equity gamble for the lender, so it should be able to put you in the competitive mortgage market again. But that's one of the solutions. The problem with it is the lack of data. Now, this isn't a lack of knowing what the problem is. This is the lack of data for proper costings. The government has that data. We don't have access to it, which is why one of the primary calls of this research is make that available. Let's get the costings done. Let's work out what the most efficient solution is that will help mortgage prisoners, release them from this hellhole of over-expensive mortgages being trapped and the mental health deficit that comes with that. As well as, and we have to, protecting the taxpayer as much as we can. And that's the balance that government will look at. So we can't blinker ourselves to saying solve it at all costs, because that just won't happen. The campaign that you have been tirelessly fighting is incredibly important. To get this done, we need a mix of the sort of academic veracity that's brought by someone like the LSE, the campaigning contacts and ability to get it in the public that I and MSE have, and the real world lived experience, verve and passion that only you can bring. And I hope that together we're going to be able to get somewhere. I need to manage expectations. This is not going to be an easy task. There is no solution here, but we're going to do what we can. We're going to do what we can. We're going to try and work with you. I hope that the relationships we've got are improving. We've been campaigning on mortgage prisoners for about 5 years, but initially it wasn't so much focused on the sort of victims of the financial crash, which is the strongest area. It was more about the difficulty in remortgaging and some of the problems that people had remortgaging because they were failing affordability checks because they couldn't afford a cheaper deal. Excuse me, sorry, a bit of a sore throat. The more we've learned over the years, the more we see that the locked-in long-term mortgage prisoners on the back of the financial crisis are absolutely a core group here. And we're pivoting, so more of our mortgage prisoners campaigning is focusing on that, helping you, I hope that's what the aim is. So this is just a quick, as you can probably tell, off-the-cuff message. I wish you all stay safe. I hope we get somewhere with this. If we don't, we'll try and think of something else and keep trying. Take care.